My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. Definitely check out my Federalist article below, Why Bernie Sanders Supporters Should Vote Trump 2020. He wants to bring home Americans from never-ending conflict. He will do so. If he's not doing so fast as you would like, or as fast as he initially stated, that's because Democrats and media and establishment Republicans have prevented that. Even Bernie Sanders wants an orderly withdrawal, whatever that means. They want an orderly withdrawal. President Trump has stated he wants Americans home. He stated that numerous times and made that an official policy. That, in addition to peace between North and South Korea, we were nowhere near peace between North and South Korea and the United States of America. We were nowhere near that under Obama or anyone else. Prison reform legislation, Van Jones called it a Christmas miracle, and even at CPAC he was like, oh yeah, conservatives are ahead of Democrats or liberals. We say the Republican Party is ahead of Democrats on prison reform. I mean, we can go on. Great economy, more jobs than people to fill those jobs, 467,000 manufacturing jobs. So I explain, created 300,000 lost under President Obama. I explain in my article why Bernie Sanders supporters should vote Trump 2020. Share that everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to veto. He's going to veto legislation. Looks like Rand Paul, and I like Rand Paul. I actually like Rand Paul a lot because of his foreign policy. I wrote an article about Rand Paul in 2014 that when I was on the left, all the liberals, they couldn't stand. They got very, very upset with that. And, oh my God, how could you know? But Rand Paul wants Americans home from never-ending conflict. And he wants to curtail an overreaching intelligence community. These are really good things. But his vantage point, Senate likely has votes to reject Trump's national emergency declaration and force a veto after Republican Rand Paul weighs in. So his thing is that he doesn't. I get it. I understand. Congress has the power of the purse, and Rand Paul views this as perhaps an overreach, executive power that is circumventing congressional authority. Only problem is we haven't declared war since World War II. There's the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. There's a resolution for the Iraq War. There's the authorization for use of military force. I know that Rand Paul is against that as well. And his thing is, well, we have to make sure that the president doesn't have too much power. I get that, but he's using a law that was passed by Congress to circumvent Congress. So it is a national emergency. In fact, I can't really even explain, because of YouTube policies, exactly the heinous atrocities taking place. I'm not looking at this from the vantage point of like undocumented immigrants coming. No, I have dreamers who are I have friends who are dreamers. I've known people who are undocumented immigrants. They're absolutely wonderful, in my experience. And I have friends who are dreamers. I want them to become citizens. I'm looking at this from the trafficking of narcotics, the trafficking of everything, criminal activity, human beings, criminal activity that a wall will prevent. If you read Charles Bowden, you know that there are some heinous things going on. But Rand Paul is going to side with Democrats. And that's not, I'm not happy about that. But, oh, by the way, there's some people who didn't like my segment, really quickly, who didn't like my segment regarding Hillary Clinton. Watch the whole thing was edited. she's going to run again. I'm not going to do any more videos until the next time that you get an article in Politico, the Wall Street Journal, or another major publication, or the next time she kind of hints at it. I'll be proven right about that. Anyway, they're not going to roll with Amy Klobuchar. Anyway, check out the segment before this one. I give my thoughts there. This is going to be a major win for Trump if he vetoes Congress, and I'll tell you why. They're trying to say their goal in life, the Democratic Party's goal in life, is one thing, just one thing. What they want to do is they need to ensure that Trump isn't viewed as a real president, or that he doesn't have the authority or power or influence to implement any of his policy objectives. They need to, every chance they get, tell the world that they're more influential than Trump. If Trump vetoes Congress, that's actually not going to be a loss for Trump. It's going to be a win. Because, what more can he do? He came in promising a whole lot of things, but one of them, a wall. We gave the country a great economy. We have a great economy. We have record low Black and Latino unemployment. Okay, a rebuttal for that is not, oh, well, it happened under Obama, or it started under Obama. That's not a rebuttal. We don't know if it would have continued under Clinton. We have no idea if Obama wasn't running for a third term. We don't know if Hillary would have continued it. His tax cuts, his economic policy, fiscal policy worked. Paul Krugman was wrong. We don't have a global recession. And everyone else was wrong regarding geopolitics. The guy is a good president, and I explain in my article, my Federalist article below. Share it everywhere. He's a good president. You can disagree. He's not a racist. No, he's not. Floyd Mayweather Jr. stated the most amazing, it was an amazing quote, basically said, he never heard that Trump was a racist before he ran for president. Isn't that interesting? He's been in public life for 30 years, since the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and up until 2015. When did you ever hear he was the most referenced celebrity in rap videos or rap songs? Look, there wasn't a history of racism with Trump. Now, did he do things that, did he say things up until recently? Yeah. Did he say maybe past 5-6 years? Did he say things like, okay, the birther myth? Yeah, that was wrong. Guess who else pushed that? Hillary Clinton. Don't be a hypocrite, people on the left. Well, that's impossible. Hillary Clinton spread a photo of Obama in African attire, only to spread the birther myth. That's it. That was in The Guardian, and her campaign actually had to defend themselves because David Plouffe of President Obama's, before he was president, campaign, the campaign manager said it was the most offensive and shameful fear-mongering of either side in the election. That was Madam Secretary. She's running again. Whatever. And I know people don't. I love that. She said she's not. Yeah, you trust her. The New York. This is the biggest liar in American political history. Whatever. Anyway. I always go on these tangents. Trump is going to veto legislation that very well might pass the Senate. So pass the House, pass the Senate. Very well might pass the Senate because of Rand Paul. If it wasn't Rand Paul, could have been somebody else. Might be even, another vote. Maybe Rand Paul will change his mind. Who knows? But it will get Ann Coulter off his back. And he'll go into 2020 stating, look, I did everything possible if Trump doesn't get the wall, or doesn't, if the wall isn't built, or, well, I mean, if he doesn't get that as an objective that he can say, look, I did this, because it takes a long time to build even a tiny section of the wall. So even if he got the funding, it would take a long, long time to build even a very small section. But he can go into 2020 saying, look, I'm a man of my word. I tried, and I had to veto. And actually, if he vetoes, so what am I saying? If he vetoes any resolution or legislation, he'll still get the money from the Department of Defense. Then they'd have to rely on the Supreme Court eventually, or lower federal courts, and then it might go to the Supreme Court. But all the while, he'll probably be building. The issue here is that he'll prove that he's a lot stronger, or he has the authority at least, to implement a policy objective that he ran on. Very different from, for example, Alexandra Acacia Cortez, who ran on Medicare for All, has not sponsored or co-sponsored any Medicare for All legislation, has not even championed Bernie's 2017 legislation. None of them have. They're all hypocrites. What about abolishing ICE? Nope, nothing. She wants Trump's taxes. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez is the Young Turks of the Democratic Party. Her role is to funnel progressive left votes, millennial votes, back into the Democratic Party, because AOC will support Clinton 20. Let's just say Clinton's not running. Amy Klobuchar 2020. Who do you think's going to win, by the way? Could you imagine that dysfunctional debate stage? You have Bernie Sanders. I have enough of Clinton's emails. Even though I should have probably spoken about Clinton's emails and maybe, I don't know, told people that she can't win, and maybe, ran, if I was in it to win it, maybe it would have been different, but, thank God Trump won, because I think Bernie would have been a tool of the Democratic Party. At this point right now, from what I see from Bernie, my God, he was pushing for 2 years the same myth that says that Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein were Russian ploys to hurt Hillary Clinton. Oh, by the way, she's not running. You know why? You know how we know? Because she said she's not. Okay. All right. She's running, but anyway, doesn't matter. The debate stage. What? Kamala Harris, Spartacus, Amy Klobuchar, make salad eating great again. They're not going to raise not even 2 cents. At a certain point, people are going to stop giving to Bernie. He's raised a lot of money because there are, a lot of loyal followers. I get it. The Huffington Post called me the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. In every single one of my articles on Bernie and Clinton and Trump were given a stamp of approval by editors at the Huffington Post, The Hill, and Salon. The editors agreed. Or at least not agreed, maybe not agreed, probably didn't agree with my viewpoints, but felt that my writing and my thoughts were worthy of being published. So take that, Twitter, and you know what to do with it, Twitter. Anyway, I'm no longer on Twitter or Facebook because they're unhealthy, especially for this election season. My God, you don't want to be there. But he's going to veto legislation. It very well might go through the Senate. He'll tell Congress to take a hike. And the courts will then be involved. And Democrats and Nancy Pelosi have already stated, we're going to fight this in the courts. Nah. The Mueller probe is going to be rewritten. So he's won that battle also. I mean, Trump is actually on a winning streak. They're going to try to investigate his, everyone around him again. But see, the House doesn't have the teeth that Mueller has. Special counsel is no joke. That's a different story. They're like virtually, they have, pretty much ultimate power in terms of state power, which is dangerous. Which, William Barr should have a special counsel with Clinton, or at least an Look, he doesn't even have to. Tom Fitton could be right, but he doesn't even have to investigate Clinton. You know who he has to investigate, or indict? Andrew McCabe. Then the dominoes fall. Or James Baker. Then the dominoes fall. Hit subscribe right now. Tell people to subscribe to this channel. I know that I'm rubbing a lot of people, like I usually do. But I gotta be me. What can I do? I gotta be me. I gotta keep it 100% real. And this is gonna be a fun year, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a great year. And 2020 is going to be even better. But this is gonna be a really great year. And this might be even better than 2020, because 2019, you're going to see Trump. It'll be like The Empire Strikes Back. Like, you're going to see Trump with the counterpunch. Democrats have been unloading, and then one good counterpunch, and not good for the person just unloading without defense. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you so very, very much for supporting my voice in this channel. Check out my Second Amendment channel. I've been a little burned out on my Second Amendment channel, but I will upload something really great today. And thank you so very, very much. Share my Federalist article everywhere. Thank you.